You won't believe what happened when the HOA Karen from my neighborhood decided to use my personal car wash bay to clean her fancy Porsche without asking. At first, I thought it was just a one-time thing. Maybe she didn't realize it was my space. But nope, she kept coming back like it was public property. I mean, who just takes over someone else's stuff like that? It felt like a total invasion of my privacy, and honestly, it pushed me way past my limit. So, I decided to teach her a little lesson, but nothing too crazy. Instead of just complaining or calling the HOA, I switched the water in my car wash bay to recycled sewage water. Yeah, you heard that right. The same water that's been recycled, and definitely not what you want on your luxury Porsche. I wanted her to think twice before using my space again. Now, I'm not going to lie, this plan made me a bit nervous. What if she noticed? What if this backfired? And how would she even react once she found out what kind of water she was washing her car with? There's definitely some tension building, and honestly, I'm curious how this whole situation is going to unfold. Stick around because this story is just getting started, and things are about to get wild. To give you some background, the car wash bay is actually part of my property, something I built after dealing with endless trips to the commercial car wash. It's private, but since we live in this tight-knit HOA community, I try to keep things friendly and low-key. I never expected anyone would just start using it like it's some kind of public spot, especially not Karen. She's known around here for always pushing boundaries, always acting like the rules don't apply to her. People in the neighborhood joke about her attitude, but I never got involved until now. What made it worse is that she wasn't just washing any car. It was her Porsche, the one she always shows off at HOA meetings and social events. That flashy, spotless car is her pride and joy, and here she was, treating my space like a free luxury service. The nerve. I tried talking to her at first, politely asking if she could stop, but you know how those conversations go. She brushed me off like I was the problem. That's when I realized words weren't enough. So, switching to recycled sewage water wasn't just about revenge. It was about setting a boundary and making sure she knew this wouldn't happen again. But now I'm stuck wondering, did she notice the difference? Did it even bother her? Or is this about to blow up into something way bigger than I expected? There's a lot more to this story, and trust me, it's only getting messier from here. After I switched the water to recycled sewage, things didn't go how I expected. At first, Karen kept using the car wash bay like nothing had changed. She was there almost every other day, spraying down that Porsche like it was a habit she couldn't break. But then, subtle changes started happening. I noticed she was spending less time at my bay and more time at the commercial wash down the street. I couldn't tell if it was because she figured out something was off or if she just got tired of coming over. What made it even more complicated was the gossip starting to swirl around the neighborhood. Some neighbors took my side, saying it was about time someone put Karen in her place. Others thought I overreacted and that I should have gone the HOA route instead of messing with the water. That put me in a weird spot. Was I the problem now? Or was Karen really the one crossing the line? The HOA itself stayed silent for a while, probably not wanting to get involved in the drama, but I felt the pressure growing. Then came the unexpected twist. Karen showed up at a community meeting, acting extra friendly, even trying to strike up small talk with me. I wasn't sure if she was trying to make peace or if she had a bigger plan. Meanwhile, I caught whispers about possible complaints filed against me for misusing water or creating a nuisance. Suddenly, this whole thing wasn't just about a car wash bay anymore. It was about reputation, power, and who really controls the neighborhood. With every day that passed, the tension between us thickened. Was Karen plotting her next move? Would I have to defend my property rights in front of the entire HOA? Or maybe this was about to explode in ways neither of us could predict. One thing was clear, this wasn't over yet, and things were only getting more intense. Things started heating up faster than I expected. After that community meeting, where Karen suddenly seemed nicer, but I still couldn't shake the feeling that she was sizing me up, the whole neighborhood felt different. I kept hearing rumors that she was planning something, maybe trying to get the HOA to officially take action against me. I didn't know what her next move would be, but I knew it wouldn't be small. Meanwhile, I kept using the car wash bay, but now every time Karen showed up, there was this silent tension. She wouldn't say much, but her eyes told me she was watching, waiting for the right moment. I started wondering if she even knew about the recycled sewage water. Did she notice the smell, the weird texture on her Porsche, or was she just ignoring it to mess with me? To make things worse, I found out from a neighbor that Karen had talked to the HOA board behind my back. They were considering some kind of fine or restriction on my property use, claiming the recycled water was unsanitary or against community rules. It felt like I was being cornered, and the whole situation was spiraling beyond just a car wash dispute. One afternoon, I saw Karen pull up with a few others from the HOA. They were all staring at my car wash bay, whispering, looking serious. My heart was pounding. Was this the moment where everything would blow up? Would they try to shut me down for good? Or was Karen about to confront me face to face? The suspense was unbearable, and I realized this neighborhood feud was about to reach a breaking point. The next moves would decide everything, and I was ready, or at least I hoped I was. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more intense, something happened that completely changed the game. One morning, I woke up to find a notice taped to my front door from the HOA. They were officially investigating me for improper use of water resources and threatening hefty fines if I didn't stop using recycled water in my car wash bay immediately. But here's the kicker. The notice wasn't just about the water. It also mentioned complaints about harassment and creating a hostile environment toward Karen. I was stunned. Since when did standing up for my property rights turn into harassment? Then came the real shocker. A neighbor I barely knew, someone I thought was neutral, reached out to me with some surprising news. Apparently, Karen had been secretly filming her visits to my car wash bay and had been gathering evidence to present to the HOA. She was playing a longer game than I realized, trying to make me look like the bad guy to everyone in the community. It felt like I'd been blindsided. Now, the stakes weren't just about a car wash or recycled water anymore. It was about reputation, trust, and who really had control in this neighborhood. I started questioning if Karen's obsession with her Porsche was just a front for something bigger, maybe a power play to push me out or to flex her influence over the HOA. Every interaction felt heavier, like a game of chess where I was suddenly several moves behind. With the HOA breathing down my neck and Karen's silent but calculated attacks, I was caught in the middle of something much bigger than I expected. How far would she go? And what would I have to do to protect what's mine? The tension was thick, and I knew this story was heading for a showdown no one saw coming. The day of the big HOA meeting finally arrived, and the whole neighborhood seemed to buzz with anticipation. I walked in knowing this was my last chance to stand my ground and clear the air about the car wash bay, the recycled water, and Karen's endless complaints. When it was my turn to speak, I laid everything out honestly: the boundaries she crossed, how I tried to handle it, and why I switched to recycled water as a way to protect my space. I expected some pushback, but I was ready to defend myself. Then, Karen took the floor. She played the victim perfectly, showing her videos and insisting I had been deliberately sabotaging her prized Porsche. The room was split, the tension palpable. Just when it seemed like the HOA might side with her, something unexpected happened. One of the neighbors, someone who had quietly been watching all along, stood up and revealed that Karen had been caught using the same recycled water at a local commercial car wash. Turns out, she'd been trying to save money and avoid the community's stricter rules, all while blaming me. The whole room fell silent. Karen's carefully built story started to crumble right before everyone's eyes. The HOA board decided to drop the fines against me and instead reminded everyone about respecting personal property and community rules. It was a win for me, but also a moment of relief for the neighborhood. Just when I thought it was over, Karen stormed out, but not before whispering something that sent chills down my spine. This isn't the last you'll hear from me. It was clear the drama wasn't done. There was more to come. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'm ready for the next chapter. After that intense HOA meeting, things slowly started to calm down. Karen kept her distance for a while, probably realizing that her plan backfired. The neighborhood was buzzing with stories, but most people seemed relieved that the drama was settling. I made sure to keep using my car wash bay responsibly, sticking to clean water this time. No more recycled sewage water experiments. It wasn't worth the risk, and honestly, I just wanted peace. Looking back, this whole ordeal taught me a lot about standing up for myself and protecting what's mine, even when it feels like you're up against the whole neighborhood. It also showed me how important communication is. Sometimes you have to be firm but fair, and not let someone else's attitude take over your life. Karen's obsession with control and status caused more trouble than anyone expected, but in the end, the community reminded us all about respect and boundaries. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where someone is crossing the line, don't be afraid to take action, but choose your battles wisely. And trust me, a little patience and honesty go a long way. Thanks for sticking with me through this crazy story. If you've dealt with a Karen or tough HOA drama before, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your stories.